Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Wayne Jackson. I'm your SDA. Tonight is week 6 of our summer referee education webinars. I'm going to run through the rules of engagement real quick again tonight. Tonight's session will be recorded. Actually, it is being recorded is what I should say. Everyone, again, please mute your microphones. Please, no video. This will help on the presentation and increase our bandwidth. There may be a couple times when we are going to ask you for use of chat boxes, but if you really have any questions, go ahead and use it, and I'll try to monitor that this evening. There will be a couple polls tonight. They will be anonymous, so please participate when asked. And time permitting, at the end, we will have some questions and answers we'll be able to direct toward Mo. And there will also be a feedback survey, and we appreciate you who have participated in that and done that. Okay, tonight's session is going to be led by Mohammad Zarrabi. He's a national coach and entitled Put Success in Your Signals. This is a snapshot of our screenshot of our homepage. And again, where circled at the bottom, the previous webinars are available for you to view at your convenience. Again, this is Mo and his presentation that you're going to be seeing tonight. A little bit about Mo. He's a current U.S. soccer national referee coach. He's a former national referee. In fact, many of you may have seen him on the A-League Soundler games. He's an assessor and an instructor. What you may not know was he was a national adult referee of the year, and he's a senior advisor to our SRC. And Mo, I'm going to turn the screen over to you. Thank you for taking time out of your evening for us and putting this presentation together. Okay, Mo, it's going to be yours.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot for the introduction. You raised the bar way up. I hope I'll be able to meet it. Hello, everyone. I'm glad we are here together. I hope everyone is well and safe. And let me go to as you see here, topic of this presentation for tonight is put success in your signal. You might ask, how did I come up with signal Y with this presentation? You know, there was I receive referee magazine monthly, and probably some of you get this also, referee magazine. One of the issues that I got right on the top on the cover page, this was the title of the topic, put success in your signal. This title really interested me, connecting it back to my own refereeing time and connecting back to my assessing time, working with you together. I thought this is very, very important topic, if I can put something together and discuss it together, discuss it with the referees. Because really, if you do it right, it would help us in game control, player management, and game management. I think probably all of you guys agree with this assessment that I'm making, this observation that I'm making. So that's why I put this together. It's a long presentation, but because we have a short, night tonight, I'll go through it as quickly as possible. There would be some poll questions, and also please, if I present a question, go to the chat, also send your comment, and Wayne try to share it with us. So this is the topic for tonight, okay. An objective for this presentation is that identifying the basic signal mechanic for referees and AR signal per USSL procedures, which this is basic. I don't think you need that, all of those. And then also we discuss and how we can maximize our success by use of proper signal, use of the proper mechanic, use of the proper body language, use of proper whistle usage. Okay, so this is what we're going to try to discuss tonight. Okay, now let's answer this poll. And Wayne, would you please send this poll to everyone? What are the purpose of referees and assistant referee signal? Why do we signal? What are we trying to do? Go ahead and answer the poll, please.
Can you see them?
Okay, here we go.
Can you see the results?
Yes, I see that 3%, 3%, and 95% on clearly communicate. You know, yeah, that's absolutely true. Of course, you know, it is very important. You know, it look good when we do proper signal. You know, for people watching the game, it looks professional, and also you communicate with your crew. That is true. But the main purpose of our signal is communicating with everyone that what was the call? Players, coaches, your ARs and fourth official and fans. So this is the, basically this is the answer that we are looking for, okay? So that being said, let's go on, okay? This is the answer for your poll, to convey your decision to players, coaches, and spectators, and also those who are not actively involved. Again, it could be people that are watching it on TV, if your game is on TV, or the spectators that are not involved with the play. So this is purpose of the basically signal that we use during the game. Okay, and these are the basic signal that I'm not going to spend too much time on that. You know what are these? These are basically in your law book, and these two in the bottoms are interested. I don't know, maybe you guys can answer that in the chat. What is this one? Check finger to ear and other hand arm extended. Can you guys respond to in the chat? Maybe what is this? This one is VAR, but which basically you tell the players and that you're gonna review that you're gonna review the decision that you make. But how about this one? What did you get, Wayne?
We're getting something to decision and review, listening to VAR. Someone said an earache. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, it says on my ear hurting.
yeah, I got something, but anyway, basically play and review is what,
Basically, that's what it is. This is a new one. It is in 2021. It is new one. Basically, you are signaling that I am initiating the video review. I want the VAR look at this decision that I have made. That's what it is, okay? And this one is the VAR, and the rest, you have done it many times. And on the advantage signal, as you see here, there are two of them. One, you can do it by one hand, and the other one is two hand, So it's sometimes much easier to run with one hand, which, you can use that. And for the ARs, these are the signals. And you have done it many, many, many times, so I don't need to spend too much time on that. One thing that I, emphasize here, especially AR, the referee is not carrying anything on the field, is not as visible as AR is. AR has one extra tool in his hand. One thing that I'm asking you to do, please do not look casual. Do not look casual. You don't have to be over signaling everything, but be firm. You're carrying one extra things in your hand that you are more visible. Do not look casual, especially when of course, you are not doing the game for the assessors or coaches, but when you are doing a game, somebody is assessing you, you become very noticeable when you're looking casual or signal is casual, shows that you do not care. So please pay attention to that. Now let's go beyond the basic, okay? Balance and moderation. A strong signal, as I'm sure all of you agreed, prevent disagreement with coaches and players, right? And especially, we must use the strong signals on PK we call, goal disallowed, when the AR signaling, we have to take the goal back, we cannot be soft on those whistles that you are making or the soft on our body language because these have big impact on the game. Use a strong whistle when you need it, okay? We're gonna get to the component of communication later. Using proper whistle, it is very, very important. So I suggest you make sure you have a good whistle. Buy a good whistle. Your whistle should be talkative. You are talking with your player with your whistle, okay? Compare, you calling a throw-in, compare you calling the PK, all right? You calling it normal offside, simple offside call, compare with a very nasty tackle that the player's coming in, without considering safety of the player. So you must use proper, use of the whistle. When you do that, they feel that you are part of the game. They understand. Oh my God, I crossed the, point that I was not supposed to do that. Okay. And as with other, aspect of signaling, moderation and timing is very important. Is the key. Save the cell calls for close call, because you don't want to blow your whistle hard on everything, okay? Because if you do that, then the players, they don't get the proper message, okay? So save those whistles, a strong whistle on the calls that you must sell, okay? If you keep doing that, is like continuously you are shouting, which you don't want to do that. It will lose the desired effect. Your signals, your whistles should have variation based on need of the game. Okay, you can read it as before I talk it, When you blow a weak whistle, you are more likely to be challenged, especially on the difficult call, on the important call, on the critical calls. It sends a message that you are not sure, okay? Conversely, if you constantly blow, loud whistle, also it sounds like a screaming, it will lose that its effect. When you are signaling, stand tall, keep firm, don't use the good proper posture. It gives you appearance of the confidence and reduce possibility of the conflicts. Hold your heads up, okay? Try
Mo,
not to give, yes.
Mo, did you want to launch that second poll question now?
Okay,
about
yeah,
when do you need to,
that's a good
about when do
idea,
you need
yeah.
to sell it?
Yes, yeah, we have a sell. Okay, go ahead, do that. Yeah, go ahead, do that, please. Yeah.
Okay, we just launched another poll, so everybody participate, please. Okay, I'm going to end the polling, and we're going to share the results. Can you see the results now, Mo?
I see that, yes. One on every whistle, 8%, and only on match critical, 28%, and only decision that, like penalty kick. When I wanted to get attention to myself, 3% answer that. Okay, whenever necessary and appropriate. I think this is a good answer, and your critical decision, it falls in that category. So again, look at the situation. I cannot give you 100% correct answer. When on this call, you always have to do that. You have to feel the game. You have to feel the intensity of the game, you know, the condition and culture of the game that you are in it, and use proper whistling and proper body language, okay? And the other point in the bottom of this here, avoid giving signal when you are running. But sometimes you have to. For instance, if you call in a PK and you want to run to the, you know, spot show, or you have a bad contact, bad tackle, a couple of players are going after each other, you need to run to the spot of the, you know, fall, then maybe you are blowing your whistle and you're running to that spot. If you have to do that, but I try not to do that, especially ARs. Do not signal as you are running, okay? Stand and then give your signal. Okay, I'm showing you some examples of this good body language and facial expression. Okay, how we can achieve that point, how we can achieve that success, okay? Remember that you have other communication tools at your proposal that you can convey message with your voice as good as your strong whistle. When it's needed to talk, then be vocal. Also, that applies for the ARs. A lot of time play comes to close to the ARs. When the ARs are vocal and the players are hearing that, no fall, no fall, it is very, very, very important, very effective. Try to do that, try to use that. Never shot at the players and the coaches. You do not like to be shot at, do not do that. Control yourself. You need to be firm. If you need to raise your voice, you can do that, but do not shot at the coaches and the players, because that express the message of you are out of control yourself. Be firm when it's necessary, but with a calm and relaxed voice as possible, okay? As I said, there are times that you need to raise your voice, but avoid shouting at the, you know, players and the coaches. Do we have any chat you want to? Do we have any chat you want to share, Wayne?
No, you're good, Mo. Keep going.
Okay. Here are more examples of the good body language, and I'm sure you know all these referees. Okay, now we want to talk about body language, the importance of the body language, eye contact, voice, whistle, display of the cards. See the body language of these referees expressing confidence. I know what I'm calling. Colino, master of the body language, master of the facial expression. Okay, we have another poll here. We're going to talk about the importance of the body language. I want you to answer this question. The normal communication, face-to-face communication, has three components: body language, paralanguage, which is basically tone of your words that you use, and also the word you use. Please go ahead, percentage on each of this in the poll that Wayne is going to send you. Wayne, would you please send it to them?
Okay, the poll should be up now. And there's 3 questions, and you can pick a percentage for each one of the 3 questions. Okay, we're going to end the polling. And we're going to share the results. Okay, can you see that, Mo?
Yes, I see that. I see that. 38. On the body language, 55%. First of all, let me tell you, where did I get this question? This, as I was doing research on the other material that I had, this is one of the research that has been done. I did not make these percentages. It is done, there's a study that has been done. Yes, on the body language, 55% goes to the body language. This is how important it is. Okay, on paralanguage of tone of words that you are using is 38%. That the study shows 38%. Again, remember, this is normal communication that we are sitting in front of each other, or maybe we're talking, you know, on a Zoom like that. Okay, and the lowest percentage that most of you answered it correctly is the word. 7% is the 7%. Okay, here it is, the breakdown. Now, as I said, that was component of the normal communication. Now, if you bring this to the refereeing, this element even become more important. Your body language, the way you make a call, a critical decision, and the way that your signal is expressed, and the tone of whistle that you use. You have a bad tackle that put the safety of the player, you know, is a reckless with excessive force. This is the way that you blow your whistle basically is tone of the word that you are using. Because before even you get to the word that you use a few words with that player, tone of whistle is your tone of words. So it is very critical paying attention to the body language you use, tone of words that you use, and then naturally the word that you use. Can I show you some examples again? Here, two players, I mean, same referees, good body language. I a little bit suggest you to be careful on the pointing fingers, but as you see here, he has got to the point that really players crossed the line that was not supposed to. And here on the right side, you show how flexible he is when he's needed. We talked about the whistle. Think about your whistle as an extension of your voice. Be louder when you need it. When an incident happens, signal immediately, but do not rush. Do not rush, that maybe express you're panicking, okay? With your signal, with your body language, you express decisiveness and confidence. When I did my study, which some of you participated, a question that I asked everyone, has refereeing helped you to develop leadership skill? Yes or no? And how? Of course, over 90% they said yes. And decisiveness and confidence was most used, most repeated skill that participants offer in this study. As a result of refereeing, they said, we learned decisiveness, we learned confidence, which naturally you can take that in your normal life too, off the field too. So we talked about that earlier, so we already had, you already answered that poll. We already talked about that. This is probably looks like a penalty kick that he's calling, Geiger is calling. Again, I emphasize how it is important as an AR you show signal. Okay, is as important, even sometimes very more important, when you use your flag. When you disallowing a goal with the offside decision that you flag, okay? Or if you make a call in the penalty area, a PK call, the referee hasn't seen that and you saw that, you have been instructed, if I haven't seen it, call it. Or you calling a foul right in front of you, which a very strong tackles or something. So it is very, very important as an AR, use proper signal and do not look casual. I cannot more emphasize on that. Okay, we talk about selling calls. We do not oversell it. We do not try to sell all your calls. Otherwise, your signal and your whistle lose its effectiveness. You sell your calls with the proper whistle, with the proper body language on the close and critical calls. Pay attention to the timing and status of the game. Use your whistle properly according to that. We talk about that and you guys answer the poll. Each of us, as an AR, as a referee, you have your own style. Not everybody looks the same in signaling, although we follow the proper suggested, method that US Soccer has suggested us, FIFA suggested, but each of us have own personality and style. So pay attention to that. Develop your skills based on that. Too much of everything is not good, okay? Try to create a balance, a delicate balance between what to call, not to call, how to call, and so on. Look at this signal. What this picture is expressing to you? I don't think is a very confident expression, facial expression. So pay attention to that, okay? Good body language, good expressive body language. Again, going back to the study that I brought up, one of the participants said that answering that question, as refereeing helps you to develop leadership skill, his answer was, refereeing is macrocosm of life. The technique that you use on the field, bring it to your life, and also from life, bring it on the field. It's the same thing. You are dealing with people. You are managing people, managing the players. So it is so important they see your confidence and they see you are on the right place, you belong to be on the field. You have your body language that you signal, and you have your whistle, and very limited words that you will be using. Do it properly, do it effectively. And again, developing this skill to the maximum level, it does not come easy. Does not come easy. You need to practice. You need to practice in front of the mirror. You need to have people watching you, and it becomes better and better and better with experience. When you are new referee, when you are on the field, rookie referee on the field, naturally, you're a human being. You don't have that confidence when you are making those calls. But again, remember, you are on the field, try to learn from it. You might have the best player on the field, but you are the only referee on that field that has the whistle. Have a confidence, trust yourself, and do the best you can. Here are lists that how you can basically improve your skill, in this area. You can use mirror, front of a mirror, keep signaling and look at yourself, how you doing. Have someone help you, maybe a friend or a family member, and give him the list of the calls and have him read it to you, and then you properly, respond to that call. Just slow down, do not rush. As we mentioned, do not stop and signal, do not run and signal as much as possible. Seek advice, make video of yourself, watch yourself on that video. Very, very, very important. Watch the games on TV. I want, tonight Saunders was playing at 8 o'clock, right? Just take this discussion that we have in this, presentation here in this webinar to the game and pay attention to how that referee and ARs are signaling, okay? I think it will be a good practice for our discussion here. Eye contact with your ARs and your team is very, very important. Voice and signal, use your voice as needed. And naturally, use proper mechanic as US Soccer and FIFA has taught us to do. This is conclusion for our presentation. I hope you found it useful. I cannot emphasize again how showing proper signal based on the call you are making, based on the condition of the game, based on the temperature of the game is critical. As a referee, as the AR. You need to know the rules and you need to know the mechanics. Strive to make the right calls at the right time with confidence, integrity. And when it's time to sell your call, use that strong body language and whistle. Again, you don't need to sell every call because it loses its effectiveness. So use it properly. All right. Thank you for your attention. I hope you found it useful. And thank you, Wayne. This is it. Again, it's just, Wayne, this was, I don't know how effective presentation was. It was just a call getting attention of everyone, which almost everybody know. Getting attention of everyone, recall again how it is important, your mechanic, your signal, and your whistle in managing your game, in managing the players, in managing the coaches, and so on. I hope everybody found it useful. I hope everybody got the message. I'm sure they did.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Mo. Great presentation. I think what you ended on was a good point. The Sounders are playing the LAFC tonight at 8 o'clock. Yeah. They have some very good crew, a solid crew on it. Jair Marufo, who's a FIFA referee.
Here we go.
He's got the whistle tonight.
Here we go.
And he was also in Russia with the ARs are Brian Dunn and Jose da Silva, and Tim Ford is the 4th tonight. So I think everything you talked about in your presentation tonight about your signals and communication, eye contact, reading, it was, I think you're going to see it all tonight between the Sounders and LAFC.
So that will be our homework for tonight. I wish we could have a meeting after the game, then we can review it, you know, talking about the signal that was given, the KMI signal, you know, does he have KMI signal? How did he call it? How the AR did it? So this is our homework tonight. All of us, we're going to look at that game and we go through this point of discussion that we had and see, you know, how did it work?
Okay, again, thank you, Mo. On closing, this, I apologize if there was any mixed communication about the topic tonight. I announced last week that Katja was going to do this presentation, and she, if you didn't see her, on Sunday she had the final for the Northwest Soccer League's Challenge Cup, and now she's back to a real job and working today. So
saving life is, you know, she's working so hard for this group, and also
back to Ray's presentation. So anyway, Katja will be back with us next Monday night. So thank you everyone for joining us, and be safe. Thank you.